What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. This is LowLifeKitten and I'm so happy you're here. So what is this video about? Well, if you looked at the title, I'm going to be retouching on a subject that I've already touched on in the past. About 2 weeks ago, I released a video about Shayla Brooks and my experience with her. Now, that video got quite a few comments that were defending her actions, saying that I didn't know her story, and just because she is popular on TikTok does not mean that she has money. I'm here to tell you right now, she does have money. At least from what I've seen, in my opinion. Gonna put that out there, don't want to get sued. But let's get into the video. Welcome to my deep dive of Shayla Brooks. I'm going to be separating this video into parts because there is a lot of information I'm going to be touching on, and that is the easiest way for me to do that. So let's get into it. While scrolling on TikTok a few weeks ago, I came across this video. And it was of a woman that was sitting outside of a bus who claimed that she was currently homeless. Now, here's the video. She looks pretty well off, and it wasn't just me that felt that way, because the bus that she's talking about is completely renovated. But I didn't know that to begin with, and immediately I felt sympathy. So I decided to go onto her TikTok page and see if there's a way that I can donate to help out. Well, there is a way to donate, but we're going to talk about that later in the video. My main thing right now is I saw a huge following of 6 million followers. Now, that sounds like a lot, and that sounds like sponsors probably really like that person, correct? So I was like, hey, this person is not homeless. She's houseless, and she's choosing to be homeless. Homeless by choice and homeless in real life, two very different things. But I had clicked on a donation tab, so I thought maybe I'm wrong, maybe she is going through a hard time. She just has a huge following. Just because you have 6 million followers on TikTok does not mean you're rich. So I continued to sympathize with her. That was until I clicked on her Instagram profile, and that popped up over 300,000 followers. Now, do you think sponsors are paying her a little bit or a lot of bit? Without going further into my research, I decided to stitch this video because clearly she's in the wrong, correct? Not according to her fans, but it is what it is. But under the comment section on her original video, there was a lot of people criticizing her, so I thought a stitch was necessary. So I went ahead and did that. I might have done it for a little bit of likes and follows because my TikTok is not doing very good right now, but also it did piss me off. Like, it made me angry. I'm not really sure why it made me as angry as it did, but you can tell in the video I'm fucking peeved. Get ready to watch me absolutely lose my mind in this video because I absolutely cannot. I am so sick of you bitches getting on here and just like committing the biggest form of poverty cosplay that you possibly can. And I guess this bothers me so much because I was literally on the brink of being homeless as a kid. We legitimately thought that we were fizzity fucked. And it's not some shanty bus, that somebody found on the street and just decided to hop into. No, this is a fully renovated bus that you have to literally be fucking wealthy to achieve. The context of the video that you posted made it seem like you were I'm homeless, feel bad for me. It's just the context. If somebody's scrolling through the For You page and they come across your video and they don't know what that bus looks like inside or who you are or anything, and it's always these verified TikTok creators that probably make more than what me and my husband make in a whole year. But those random people that aren't familiar with your content are probably feeling empathy for you when they scroll past that. And There's a part of me that makes me feel like you did this on purpose. You have a bed, a working stove, a toilet, something to shit in and throw out the window. You are not homeless. Stop this fucking poverty cosplay for fucking clout, because I'm done with it. Now, soon after my stitch on TikTok goes up, this video and me criticizing her for posting it, I get one comment, and that one comment is from Shayla Brooks herself, saying that I don't know her story. Now, that first comment is now deleted. I was unable to get a screenshot of it before she deleted it, but I didn't delete it, so I know she did. But she also claimed that she didn't report me. Let's get into that one. My account got 3 strikes in between the time that I posted the stitch, and I had also commented on the video, and that comment was also reported for harassment and bullying. Now, I understand why the comment got took down, because I was being kind of heated in that comment section, but I don't understand why the video got took down. So I'm like looking at it, I was like, I wasn't bullying and harassing anyone, I was just stating facts. I was criticizing her for some shitty content she posted because she's clearly not homeless. Now, this video only had 1 view and 1 comment, and I'm guessing the 1 view was from Shayla because, you know, it got reported right when it only had 1 view. Now, I don't know why she was reporting it, but she was not admitting that she was mass reporting me, and my account almost got suspended because of it. Now, I have to say that she allegedly reported my content because I don't have definitive proof. TikTok does not tell you who reports your content, but I did find it funny that she was the only one that I commented at the time, and I only had 1 view on the video the 2 times that it was struck. Now, this whole situation prompted me to make a YouTube video. And in that YouTube video, I talked about my experience with it. Now, I will admit that video is poor quality. I shouldn't have been playing a mobile game in it. I should have showed my own face to, you know, make criticism on someone else. If I'm not even going to show my face, what's the point in criticizing somebody? That was a poor decision on my part, and I apologize. That is why I'm making this video now, so that I can get all of the information put into it and actually put more effort into this video. Soon after, people start telling me that she has made an apology video and posted it on TikTok, so let's talk about that. This video, in my personal opinion, raised a lot of questions. So we're going to break down this apology together, and I'm going to give my personal opinion on some of this stuff. Now, I am having to cut this video down because it's way too long for no reason, and I'm going to try my best to get all the important parts. Also, how I personally felt when I seen this video was that it was 1, sympathy fishing, and 2, just it seemed to have a lot of lies or half-truths in it. First off, she seems really eager to prove that she is not famous and rich, as she puts it. But we're going to talk about her bank account first, since that's one of the first things that she pops up in her video.
Just because I'm a creator on TikTok does not mean I have money. This is my bank account at 10 this morning. As you can see, it's zeroed out.
I don't believe that it's $0, and I don't believe it was ever $0. The reason I question this is because of the amount of sponsors she gets on her Instagram. Now, from what I understood, you get paid pretty much immediately after a sponsor asks you to post a post, because you aren't going to post something, especially an influencer with 300k followers and over 6 million on TikTok, shouldn't be posting anything without seeing the money first. That would be like if I worked for 40 hours for my week and my boss told me I wouldn't get paid for those 40 hours for 2 months. I looked into what somebody with this kind of Instagram following would get paid to post for a company, and this is what I came up with. The current estimate is anywhere from 1K to 3K per post. That's quite a bit of money. I've counted almost 4 in the last month. Now, I know what you're thinking, just 4? That's not that much. Let's do the math on it. That would be anywhere from $4,000 to $12,000. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot per month, but it is quite a bit. But her income doesn't just stop there. There's a lot of other things. And we're going to get into that later because it has its own part.
My first paycheck of 2023 until 2 weeks ago, which means I ran through all of my savings.
Either way, I just don't see her having $0 in the bank. Now let's talk about the buses. She states,
I have a school bus at Venture Park. I have 13 school buses, but I got those for the cheap, less than $3,500 a piece. I also get the question, how else do you make your money? I have 4 different Airbnbs, also all school buses. But as I'm sure you can guess, building out multiple other buses cost money. During the first 5 months of the year when I wasn't getting paid, I used all of my savings to make this place. And I don't regret that. I'm not asking for your sympathy.
She has 13 buses, to my knowledge, that are either in the process of being renovated or are being renovated. Let's replay this part.
Got those for the cheap, less than $3,500 a piece.
To me personally, her words and her captions look and sound like two different things. I personally heard $3,500 a piece. But she did say that one of the buses that she had specifically shown was $500, so we're going to go on the lower end of what this might have costed her to pay for. At $500 a piece, that would be roughly $6,500 for the whole 13 buses. Personally, that number sounds pretty low for 13 buses, but we're going to go with what she said. She also states that it cost about $1,000 for her to renovate these buses, these $500 buses. And if we do the math on that, with 13 buses, that would be $13,000. So on the lower end, that brings the total to $19,500. Almost $20K. Not something you expect a homeless person to be able to come up with for sure. But that price doesn't include the transportation cost, the cost of the land that they sit on, and the hookups. Now, she has the labor cost on deck though, because there is 2 ways that you can get onto the commune or bus park or bus community, whatever the hell she calls it. You can either volunteer to renovate these buses through her Instagram, or you can do the workaway way. And now doing the workaway way, she calls that being a part of the coal community. This allows you to stay in this bus trailer park for as long as you're willing to work. Now they expect you that if you're gonna stay there for, I'm guessing, multiple weeks, that you work 5 days a week for 5 to 6 hours a day. That seems like a lot, but looking further into the workaday thing, they call their things bunks. And at first I was thinking of like a camp bunk, you know, like when you go to camp when you're a kid, you go into the cabins and that's what you sleep in. That's what I was thinking, but that is not what this is. This is a renovated bus, of course, but you share it with multiple people because there is multiple beds. Wouldn't you want to stay in that, working 5 days a week, 5 to 6 hours a day, you know, like a part-time job, but more hours than a part-time job? Now, it says on there that she's willing to meet minimum wage, but it sounds to me like you get to stay there for free for the work. Now, if you don't want to volunteer and you don't want to do the workaway program, you can always rent one of her buses on Airbnb. These are $50 to $75, and to me, that's a little high for what she's offering. Miss Shayla is also a super host on Airbnb, which means that she is, well, I'll let the definition speak for itself. I decided to look through her reviews from stays, and this one in particular kind of came across a little weird. The concept of the place is very cool, however, it wasn't as advertised. It was almost as if the host forgot to stock our bus. The host went to Thailand and left the friend in charge. He was nice, but very clueless as to where things were and what to do. The check in the instructions indicated there would be a microwave, utensils, dishes, etc. None of that was on our bus. We didn't even have coffee filters and had to make one with toilet paper and use cut plastic water bottles for coffee cups. Then the rest of the review is just them saying that nothing that was advertised on the website was actually there. I don't know about you, but if I spent $50 to $75 on a night and my night went like that, I wouldn't be very happy. Of course, Shayla did not respond to this person's review. Now, this part is laughable.
However, if we look at the definition of homeless, I fall right underneath it. Because it upsets so many people, I promise I'll call it houseless from now on.
She basically apologized, but didn't at the same time. It was like, yeah, you're right, I'm not homeless, but technically, according to the definition of homelessness, I am. A lot of hippie influencers seem to have this mentality when it comes to what defines homelessness. If you have a warm bed, a toilet, fire, basic human necessities, and you're choosing to stay in a bus instead of a home, you're not homeless.
What's up, baby? So clearly I upset some people. You are correct. I am houseless, not homeless. I am sorry if I offended anyone, and I'm only apologizing for this comment right here because you asked me very nicely to address it. So yes, I understand why that would upset people.
Plus, she said that she was only apologizing to the people that weren't mean to her, which I'm sorry, Shayla, but people are rightfully so pissed at you. It does really appear, based on this apology, that the before mentioned video that this whole entire apology was prompted by, it seemed like you were just sympathy baiting for it because you continued to do it in the apology as well. But instead of getting the sympathy that you wanted, you got backlash. Now, usually when people apologize for something, they end up taking the video they're apologizing for down. But she hasn't. Which means people are still viewing it, people are still liking it, and it's possible that people are still thinking that she's homeless. Anyway, that's enough for the apology. Let's get to the juicy stuff. We've covered her sponsorships on Instagram, but there's more where that came from. If you go to her TikTok, you can go to a shit feed link, which at the time had 2 sponsorships on it. One was for some like Skillshare website, and another one was for a pretty expensive leg shaver that costed about $400. My guess is that if you clicked on these links and you bought it, the company gave her a piece of the revenue they made from that sale. At first, I thought these were partnerships, but they weren't, because the links are gone now. But let's talk about what a partnership actually is. A partnership means they either give you accommodation or financial support for pushing their brand, and normally this goes on for about 2 years. This means that the influencer has some kind of tie to that company in a commercial way. I found that Shayla has a commercial relationship with a travel agency for Tennessee, specifically the Southeast Tennessee Tourism Association. There's always a link to this agency in her snap feed, and she also posts regularly about traveling with this travel agency, and the hashtag always says paid partnership. The likelihood of her being paid pennies for this partnership is very slim to none. Also, I think that I do need to put this into light. Right after the apology video was posted on her TikTok, on Instagram, she had another sponsored post go up. Now, we have talked about this before. Don't sponsors pay their influencers before the influencer posted? I mean, I feel like if somebody was asking me to do sponsored content, I would want to see the money before I put it out to my audience. Now, this isn't her only income stream, which we need to talk a little bit about that. She also does personalized videos that you can pay $60 for. That seems like a lot, but she doesn't specify how long these videos are going to be. In fact, there's not really much specification as to like anything to do with it. The only thing that it says is that she'll send you a personalized message. Sounds like a good deal. Oh, you don't want that? Okay. Well, there's multiple other things you can pay her for. For the low cost of $50, you can have her plan your road trip, or you can choose from all these other options. In between her sponsorships, her fan basis, I think that's what the website was called, her YouTube and TikTok revenue, her partnerships, her Airbnbs. Is there anything else? I need to look at my notes. Oh, in her personalized videos. I doubt she's not making anything, nor do I doubt she's making a little bit. She's probably making pretty good money from these. So the question is, if she has all these opportunities, why is she still asking for donations? Before we go into this part, let me just say this. I am not claiming that she is lying about her trauma in any way, shape, or form. I believe everything that she has to say about that. The only thing that I am pointing out is that I think she's fronting that she's poorer than what she actually is to her fans, when in reality she makes pretty good money. I personally sympathize with her story about being a past homeless person, not now, and also going through the foster care system. I had went through something similar, so I totally believe her when it comes to that, and I sympathize with it, and I think that it is very good for her to be talking about that on her platform. But I don't care if you used to be homeless. You're not homeless now, so don't be saying you are. Not surprisingly, when I looked up Shayla's net worth, couldn't really find anything. She hasn't disclosed anything about it. But most articles value her at about 100K to 500K net worth. A lot more than what homeless people make. And that's definitely a lot more than...
I'm not bankrolling anyone with that.
So she's making all this money. Why is she still asking for donations? Let's answer that. On Shayla's Snip feed, you can donate for the bus community, as she calls it. Now, there's no specifications when you click this link. All that it pops up is, here's how much money you can donate. Literally all it says is support the bus life. In fact, this is the donation link I clicked on when I believed her to be homeless. Now, it's not a stretch to say that other people coming across that video on their FYP won't think the same thing that I did, click that link and donate without even thinking about it. You know, just thinking that they were doing a nice thing for somebody in need. And Shayla, that's why a lot of people in the comments of that video were upset. Depending on what she makes from these donations, she could have the buses paid for just right there. But this isn't the only way she asked for donations. She asked for them through Venmo.
So whoever stole my camera out of my bus, I hope you enjoy it. Hope it treats you well. Now, I've never been robbed before. Like this, at least. That's a story for another day. This is truly a humbling experience. I live in a bus, and I've had a ton of people ask me before about security in the bus. I keep my doors locked. I've actually only ever felt unsafe in here once. I have my brand new camera missing that I only got to use once. Granted, it was while I was in Thailand. Very blessed to have even had that experience. It just sucks that I didn't even lose it. Like someone came into my home, went through my things, and stole from me. Just really unfortunate, really.
She's asking people to contribute to getting her a new camera in the bio, whatever you call it, the caption of this video. This was posted to her 300K followers and got about 6,000 likes. I couldn't see all the views for some reason. It wouldn't show me. I don't know if that was on her end or on my end. Could have just been my phone. There was people willing to help her in the comments too, even asking her if she wanted to make a GoFundMe. But my favorite comment was this one. And that does bring up the question. How can you afford to go to all these crazy places like Thailand and Greece and shit, but you can't afford to buy your own camera? Plus, you have expensive drones and expensive cameras. How'd you buy that in the first place if you're broke? Shayla's Instagram is pretty much just her traveling with her boyfriend Theo. Now, that shit's expensive, and she's pretty much in a new place every month. And when she's staying there, she's definitely not staying in cheap places. And she's for sure not staying in her bus. She's been to Greece, she's been to Thailand, she's been to Chicago, she's been to Las Vegas, she's been to Hawaii. I wish I could afford all that, but I'm broke. But she's not staying in cheap places, as I said. And I know this because when you have an Airbnb, you can also go to what hosts have rated her as a visitor. And you can see what properties they own. The places that she was staying in were upwards of $150 to $200 a night. And the places that she was staying in, you know, when she went to Thailand, it seemed like she was staying weeks. And if we do the math on that, say we go with the lower end, $150, even though these rooms ranged from $150 to $250 around there. Let's go on the lower end and add this up for what it would cost for just a week. That's almost $1,000 a week, bro. You know, usually when I travel, because usually when I travel, I'm going like one state away, but I try to find like a $40 room to stay in, not $150. And that's coming from a certified broke bitch. And this isn't hidden either, because in a lot of her videos, you can see that she's not staying in a cheap place. When I talked to some of the people on Reddit about this situation, they told me that her hair looks way too done to be cheap. Her phone bill is still being paid, and some people even said that her teeth look like veneers. Now, I don't have proof of this, so this is all I'm going to say, but I will say that her teeth do look very, very nice. So my question is, how do you guys feel about this? Do you feel like she's fronting that she's poorer than she actually is, and in reality she's making pretty good money? Or do you think I'm geeking? To me, this just seems like a new twist on an old scam. And she's really bad at hiding it, because no homeless person's spending $200 a night to go to Hawaii. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Especially comment, because I'm very interested to see what you all think about this situation. Tell me if I'm geeking or if this seems sussy. This was LowLifeKitten, and until next time, peace. Hope I see you in the next video.